Welcome back to Extraordinary Drummer Show. I'm your host, Cheron Moore, and I'm awfully glad you could be here. Today, the explosive styles of drummer Jeffery B. Suttles has been the soulful energizer for artists as diverse as Donny Osmond, In Vogue, Shantae Moore, Tina Marie, Quincy Jones, Sheena Easton, and most notably Taylor Dayne. He appeared in the movie Coming to America, celebrating the success of his band, Time to Settle Down Band, and the new CD with the same title, Time to Settle Down, featuring the exciting single, A Run in the Park, which I gotta tell you, I love that single. It is hot. Would you help me welcome, please, my guest, Jeffery B. Suttles, here on Extraordinary Drummers. Jeffery! Hey, man. Thank you for being on the show, man.
No problem.
Wow! Do you prefer Jeffery B. Suttles or just Jeffery Suttles?
Jeffery Suttles.
Jeffery Suttles, yeah. Man, I'm so glad. I haven't seen you in a long time, man.
Been a while.
Look at that! I got Jeffery Suttles, y'all!
Congratulations on your show.
Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, man. You know, all of the guys have just been so reciprocal and coming on, man. I mean, no one is saying no. Got some great guys coming in, have had some great guys. But there's certain names along the way that I said, I gotta have them on the show. They were a blessing in my life, which I'll talk to you about later on. Okay. And they were people who, when I got in town, they gave me work. You know, I'm doing all the saucy stuff now, right? All the mushy stuff. Guys like you gave me work when I came in town. Guys like you showed me the lay of the land and whatnot. And guys like you were the guys that set the bar high. I was like, Jeffery's here? Oh no, come on, Jeffery's here, right?
when I was able to be that way.
let me start off here. Jeffery, one of the things that people know when they say Jeffery Suttles is your heart, man. I gotta start there, man. That's see right there? Your heart. Everybody knows you for your kindness, your heart. Do you agree? Do you see that when you go somewhere and you say his name, the velvet ropes opens up? Have you been seeing that throughout your life, throughout your career?
Well, I always go into things being that way. You know, I don't go into it going like, what I can do, what can I do. God steered my career, so.
Say it, brother.
He steered my career. It's been all that way.
Man.
The whole time.
And I don't even think, and I'm laughing saying this, but I don't think people hire you for your playing. I think it's the person. I think it's you, man. I think people just say, we know he can play, but get Jeffery here so it'll be a good vibe, a good environment. Everybody else bounce off of him.
Well, sometimes, you know, I've been in some bad situations.
I can't imagine that.
I have.
Tell me a little bit about your band. Say the title again for me.
It's the abbreviation is TTSB.
That's what I was looking for.
TTSB but it's Time to Settle Down.
Yeah. Tell me about that band. You got some great. You got Bill Pittman's in that band.
That's my band leader. He runs the stage for me when because I'm in the back, but I make sure things go the way that I want to. But he makes sure things go the way that I want.
Tell me how did that band come about, and tell me a little bit about the exciting new CD.
The band came about out of after doing my project. You know, I did my project. I gotta be able to play some stuff, but we primarily play a lot of R&B stuff. We don't do a whole bunch of the jazz stuff because people don't know me that I'm a jazz lover.
I know it. I know you can play it too.
I hit it a little bit, but you know, it's all mellow, very mellow stuff. To, you know, the way I approach things. Groove is the top priority with me.
Yeah. Right. Now, you're from LA?
Born and raised, yes.
Yeah. See, I thought you might have did Chicago or
everybody says that.
Because you just got that, you know, you got that thing, man.
Everybody says that. When I first got with Taylor, everybody said, "Are you from New York? Are you from New York?" I said, "No, I'm from LA."
You got the accent.
New York. South Central LA. Wow. South Central with all of those hard heads. And I got through them. I can handle them.
Yeah. How did you come about playing drums? I read somewhere you started when you was 5 or 6, was it?
Well, I was about 5 or 6 when the influence hit me. My mom was playing my mom was a big, gigantic music lover. She played a ton of you know, I meet people like that who know more about music than me, but they don't play anything.
Wow.
But you know, they can tell you when the record was done and all that type of stuff. So my mom was playing a bunch of stuff, and James Brown came on. Woo! And I was, you know, I was in the house playing as a kid. James Brown came on, I froze. I was like, what is that? I said, what is that?
Yes, sir.
And that's been the basis of where everything culminates from. Is that groove? It just sits there. That's always been.
Wow.
You know, so I do it like that. And today's drummers, you know, people are looking more for a lot of that stuff. That's not my thing. So I tell them, you know, you need somebody else. Don't call me for that. I can do that. Yeah. No, I can do that. But I place it where I want to place it. Some, you know, the guys now, they play through the whole song.
Yeah.
And I don't mind. I love watching them though.
Yeah.
I love watching them. I love watching the young guys. They hit.
So when you were that young, how did you go about becoming a drummer from that tender age and through high school and whatnot? Were you already working and whatnot, playing in church maybe?
No, it was just something I just knew I knew how to do. Asked for a drum set when I was about 7 maybe. My mom got me a set when I was about 10. But within that 4 or 5 year range, I started getting into sports so heavily that it wasn't that it went away, but the sports was a little bit more prevalent. So it was, I got the drum set, and then, you know, he had all these buddies that play ball and all that type of stuff. They said, man, let me play on your drum set. And I said, I knew it wasn't a toy, but they said, man, come on, you ain't gonna let us play. You can't come play ball with us. I'm like, oh, I gotta let them play because I had a love for both. Right. So they ended up tearing that drum set up. After my mom said, next one you get, you buying yourself. So I didn't get a chance to buy another one or get another one. I pieced it together. It took about 3 years. Wow. When I was started at about 16, I bought a snare. I was kicking the kicking the table or something. I don't know what I was thinking, a little box. And then I bought a hi-hat, then I bought some other stuff, you know. And just was listening to the music that whole time. I was sucking it in. Wow. Didn't know I was sucking it in because when I started to play with people, which was, I was well into my mid-20s when I started.
Really?
Oh yeah.
You didn't do little spot gigs, little gigs as a child and all those kind of things?
A little bit, but it was a hobby for me. You know, just people that knew I knew how to play. They said, man, can you go play on this little thing for me? I said, sure. It was just, I was like, you know, I get a chance to play it. I said, sure, I'll play it. But the athletics was more.
Yeah, and I want to talk to you about that.
Well, all right, you players, it's time to smoke. Everybody get high. Lady T is busting down on the phone. Lady T, I'm just a sucker for love, sucker for love, sucker for love. Lady T is busting down on the phone. Swing it, Lady T. I'm just a sucker for love, sucker for love, sucker for your love, baby.
It's a shame the way you got me loving you. Got me feeling all the feelings that I'm feeling for you. Should I tell them or should I let them? Keep on thinking that I'm true, but deep inside I'm sweet on you. Honey, I can't hide it for too long. Your loving is too strong for you to steer me wrong. What's going on? Late night creeping got me sneaking for a snack. Don't hold back my little sugar smack. Tina want all of that. Put your hands together for the lady of the evening. Come on. From the back, from the right, from the left. Give it up for Miss Tina Marie. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo.
So, did the athleticism come in after high school, or was that towards college?
It was right in my 11th, my junior year in high school.
Okay.
Is when I played on my first really organized playing soccer and football. Right. I was just a little rough kid that just knew how to run around and was just athletic. And I just knew how to play ball. You know, I played baseball, ran pretty quick, and played football too. So.
What position did you play?
I was running back.
You was a running back. You was in the back.
Yeah.
Bell.
Carrying them big boys on my back sometimes.
Shoot.
I usually ended up starting.
So who's your favorite team now?
I like the Raiders.
Yeah, okay, Raiders.
Getting beat up because they were one of the only teams that gave me a trial when I was playing semi-pro ball.
Raiders gave, wow.
I was one of the teams that really,
Yeah.
I went to a combine and they kind of looked at me for a minute. boy, right in the middle of my, I don't know, God, I just, it was just left.
Wow.
It's just left.
That whole vibe of sports just left.
It just left. Well,
Wow.
you know, not the whole vibe of sports, but I really did a lot
Right.
to get to where I was.
Mhm.
And at 23 years old, I'm like going, you know what?
Yeah.
I worked really hard to get in. This is not what I wanted to do. So I just kind of like walked away humbly. You know, it was cool. I'm like, I'm okay with that. I know what I could have done.
So at 22, 23, did you go back to the drums then, or did you do something else?
Actually, yes, I kind of
Okay.
got back into it. I started playing, and I started practicing even more. You know,
Wow.
but I never stopped. I would practice.
Mhm.
When I would come from football practice, I'd go home and practice for 2 hours, and I would be cold. As long as I got a chance to play them, I was good. So I basically was training to do my career, but
Wow.
I didn't know that that's what I was doing. But when I stopped playing ball, I looked to God. I said, whatever it is you want me to do,
Come on.
whatever you want me to do, just let me know. And he opened the door. When it happened big.
Yeah, I know it because I'm a recipient of your kindness, but that's what I know and didn't want to say, but I know that's where that Jeffrey comes from, the good Lord. That all of that kindness and that's just that whole spirit, everyone knows. Ain't no but some Jesus in it.
Yeah.
If I may say.
I'm not a preacher or nothing, but I love God. I do.
Tell me, how did you go about making a name for yourself when you got back to the drums around LA and then branching out?
You know, when I stopped playing semi-pro ball, I started, you know, I said, you know, I gotta do something else. Athletics was the only two things in my life growing up. I played sports and I practiced. I listened to records, all of my favorite drummers, Harvey Mason, Ndugu, all of those, Billy Cobham, all of those guys back in the day. I just listened to them and I just practiced to what they were doing. That's how I trained myself. But so I went back to that, and then I guess word got out that I was playing a little bit now.
Mhm.
So people started to call me, start playing in clubs. And that's why everybody in LA didn't know, because all of my friends growing up were athletes. I knew very few musicians that I played with. You know.
Right.
I was just practicing by myself.
Mhm.
And then so when I started playing, everybody was like, "Where are you from, man?" I said, "I'm from here."
Yeah.
What you talking about?
What was your first big gig? Was it
As a drummer?
Yeah. I'm gonna get to Tell the Dayne.
No,
But I'm
no,
thinking
no.
Crusaders somewhere in there.
But see, that was a drum tech.
Oh, you was a drum tech
I was
with
a
them.
drum tech.
That must have been cool hanging out with Sticks and the guys.
Well, see, dudes did that.
See, and I got a whole section to talk to you about him, so hold on to. He see right here, number 9.
He did a chance.
Because I know what he meant to you. Jeffrey, I see you sitting behind the kid.
Yes, sir.
At some place you know very well.
Yeah, that's my comfort zone.
You ever notice when you get behind one of them things, I leave? I put my bag in the car,
No,
boy.
man, no need. It's just a style thing. Get my thing, your thing.
Jeffrey, I noticed that symbol. What, is that upside down? Explain that guy to me. What's going on over there?
That is, I don't know if you've ever heard of a drummer by the name of Sunship. You ever heard of Sunship?
No.
When you start talking to some of these other drummers, you ask about Sunship.
Okay.
Sunship was like Tony Williams. Cold-blooded. He did a clinic at my high school. And Dougal did a clinic there. Sunship came and did a clinic as well. Sunship was straight ahead, bam, had the cymbal backwards. And I was playing mine the other way, all the way up to that particular point. And I tried it. It was so comfortable. So comfortable from 17 to this day. Then backwards.
Does it have the same sound, or does
You
the
gotta
sound
go-
come
yeah.
back at you because?
No, you gotta go through a few of them to get the right one. To find the one that sounds good backwards. And that's what I do. It takes me a minute to find the one that sounds good backwards. So you can get to the bell really easy. You know, it sounds good.
Wow. Yeah.
The bell, and it doesn't. When I would play, when I had the cymbal the right way, upright, when I would hit the bell sometime, it would ricochet off this way, and I pull it back, it'd be fine. But this way, it can get back.
Let me say thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that. We just had to know what's the deal with that symbol.
That's a tribute to Sunship, and one of the dudes influences and friends too as well.
I noticed you got it laying like he lays it too, like Ndugo had him like
Yeah.
kind of flat, like
Yeah,
kind of like.
exactly.
Isn't that something?
Mixture of the two of them.
Wow.
He's always with me, my boy.
Thank you, sir. Jeffrey, this next subject I know is close and dear to your heart, so let me know if it's you know, if it's treading, if it's a little sensitive for you. But I did want to ask you about and talk about your dear friend, our dear friend, Ndugu Chandler. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
You guys are pretty close, huh?
Yeah, very close. I wouldn't be sitting here if it wasn't for him. We would talk to each other every day. From that point on, that was in 1984. We talked every day till the day he died.
You was with him when he went home. Huh?
Yes.
You was with him.
Yes, I was. Just sitting right there.
Wow. Wow. And I thank you, if you mind me saying, I thank you for calling me. You called me and said, Cheron, blah, 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 blah. And all of that just helped me to be able to take it in. So I'm with you, okay? I'm feeling you. Know that I'm feeling you. And yeah, man, love him. Thank you for sharing that.
No problem.
I appreciate that. I know that's a soft, sensitive issue there for you. I appreciate that. But I know that that's going to bless a lot of guys. That's going to bless a lot of guys to be able to bring closure and whatnot. I saw you on Coming to America.
Yeah.
You was in Coming to America.
Yeah.
How did that come about and what part did you play?
The director of that movie was John Landis.
Yeah, sure
And
was.
John Landis at the time, right before that, was going through the Twilight Zone case trial. He needed a driver to drive him to court every day so that he can get to court and pick up his lawyers and drop him back off at home. That's how I got the gig with him. And then from that, after he was, you know, we became pretty close. And after that, he was slated to do Coming to America, and he called me and asked me to be a production assistant on the movie. And he knew when I was driving him that I was a musician. So when we were doing the movie, I was a PA. You know, that's just a gopher, like the low man on totem pole of doing movie stuff. He came to me and said, Jeffrey, you're a musician, right? I said, of course, John. You've known me for 2 years now. Come on. He said, can you put a band together for me for this scene? I said, sure. That was the band that I had, you know. And that's how it came about. And it became one that I didn't know it was going to be as big as it was going to be. But yeah, a lot of people know me more so than all those credits that you showed me. They come to me and say, you're the guys that come to America. I'm like, yeah. I said, you know, I played with a lot of people too, but they just remember the movie stuff.
What scene was you in?
The awareness rally scene with the band Sexual Chop.
While you're in the clapping mood, I'd like to give a big round of applause to my band, Sexual Chocolate.
What was it like working with Quincy?
Quincy was cool, man. He was cool, man. He's just a cool dude.
Sure.
So, you know, as cool as somebody can be with doing all the things that he's done, you know, he's just, conversation was cool. He wasn't pretentious, wasn't being anything. He was just really a cool, nice brother.
Some of these album credits.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx in Vogue. Come on, man. Could you get any names? You know what I mean?
Well, this is before Jamie Foxx like blew up and was
Okay.
really big. So, you know, I was, you know, privy to a recording with him, and I was just God just put.
Endorsements. What are you doing these days? Look at that smile. You got. That's why we don't get on that nerve, because Jeffrey showed up.
That's look, there's people getting plenty more than me. All of my endorsements that I have, well, the main ones, my drums and my cymbals. I've been with them for 28 years, but I had endorsements prior.
Right. So who are those two companies? The drums and the cymbals.
DW.
DW, John Good.
Shop,
Yeah, my
I've been
guy.
with them. Wonderful John Good.
Yeah.
All of those guys.
Good people.
Take great care of me, and the Zildjian with Kirsten.
Yeah, some
Kirsten
Zildjians.
Mack, so she handles, takes that
Sweet.
on, and I got all of that in the same month that I got the
Wow.
Taylor Dayne gig.
Jeffrey, how did you get that Taylor Dayne gig? That's a cool gig.
Yeah, I got the Taylor Dayne gig from a crew guy that was on the gig with Donny Osmond. Donny Osmond I was doing the gig, and one of the crew guys really enjoyed my company and whatever, and he was on the Dayne crew, and he heard that they were looking for a drummer. She said, told them, you gotta check this guy out in LA, just check him out. And I went in, I auditioned and played, and she took me aboard, and I've been there 28 years now.
Woo-hoo. Man, wow. For those that don't know Taylor Dayne, which is probably not that many that don't, tell us what kind of music is that, and what is that job like?
It was on the pop side. She was more of a pop singer. She had her first big hit was "Tell It to My Heart," and then there was "I'll Always Love You," "Love Will Lead You Back." Those were the three big hits that she had during the time that I first got with her, and she's been kind of rolling ever since.
Things we do here at Extraordinary Drummer Show,
Yeah.
at the end of the show, we always ask the drummers if they would leave a little party word of advice, if they would leave some word of advice for the drummers coming up, those drummers out there that's trying to get their act together, you know what I mean? Yeah, get some traction under that playing. And would you mind speaking into the camera to those guys?
Can you give me a second on that one?
Take your time.
Yeah, give me a second on that one. Because, you know, the whole cliche of follow your dreams and do all of that type of stuff. Just don't. One of the things that I got to say about that is, don't take yourself so seriously. Just do your thing and believe in what it is that you do. Be realistic about your talent. And just go for it. Go for it. And be humble. Be humble. It works.
Wow. Jeffrey, I just got to ask you before I let you go here. Would you impart a little bit to those same guys and young ladies? How did you go about getting just so much work constantly? How did you go about keeping your head on your shoulders and thinking big and these huge jobs? You not only stayed humble, but you didn't seem like you were nervous or afraid ever to go after it. What do we say about getting work and growing?
Well, it's still still a wonderful thing to network with your fellow musicians, get along with a bunch of people. That whole thing with business, if you take a business class, they will tell you about all of those types of things that you need to do in order to make those things happen. Those things still apply. You should always be nice, communicate, work hard at your craft. Don't just live on your laurels. Think, well, no, I ain't done this, I'm cool, I ain't got to practice no more.
Right.
I ain't got to do none of those type of things. Just stay connected to the streets. Try to keep young people in your life, involve them, and give back. Give as much as you can. Just give it away. You can't take it with you, just give it. Only thing you're going to take with you is you. Cause can't nobody play you no way. Can't nobody play like me. I can't play like Cheron. You can't, so give it back. They're not going to steal your stuff.
Wow.
I hope that helps, but I don't really know, That's just me. I just kind of just do my thing. I'm not as famous as a lot of people are, with some of the other guys that are out there. But that's by design. I didn't try to do that. That's not my
That's
thing.
you saying that. We know how famous you are, and we know how rooted you are in this industry as well.
Okay.
You've been a blessing. You've been a blessing. My life, like I said, it started. I mean, what a blessing you've been in my life, man. I don't really think you really know. I mean, that you set the bar a certain way, that you showed me what's it like going after, that you showed me the class side of it, you showed me the ethic of just the whole gamut. I watched it, I studied it. I can remember, I think I might have told you this, I couldn't get this job, I just couldn't get work. I was coming into having an agent now, and I was going after commercials and videos and all the movies and stuff, and missed a few of them. And one day I got enough nerve to pull you aside. You're not going to remember this. I might have mentioned it. I pulled you aside and I said, Jeffrey, what am I doing wrong? Just like that. Because if you really want to get it right, go to the guys who are doing it, like the Jeffery Suttles, and ask the question, how? What am I doing wrong? And I asked you, and you told me three things. You said, Cheron, I want you to lose some weight. You said, Cheron, I want you to get some clothes, because you're coming in here in jeans and sneakers and like that. And then I think the third thing you told me was, let me see, lose the weight. Oh, you said, and your package. I remember this one real good. Your package kind of weak, man. You need to tighten that package up.
Wow.
And I went in.
What's wrong with you?
I went in, Jeff, and I did that. I went to the gym. I lost 17 pounds back then. And I got the next job. Next job came up. I got it. It was a Coca-Cola commercial.
Wow.
And I got
National.
it. Yeah. And I thought about you. I said, man, Jeffrey, man, I took his advice. I listened and I did it. I never forget that, Jeffrey.
Oh man,
So you can't tell me about Jeff being big and I know the deal, man, and a lot of other people do. And I know when they see this, they're gonna go, I ain't talked to Jeffrey. Thank you, man.
Yes, sir.
Love you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Love you, man.
Likewise.
Thank you for being on the show, man.
My pleasure.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Will you help me say bye to all of the audience out
Yes,
there?
I-
Just give them a wave. We'll see you again.
See you again.
You're an extraordinary drummer. Right now.
Jeffery B. Suttles and the Time to Settle Down Band. Seen on the biggest stages in the world with the biggest artists in the world. Jeffery B. Suttles and the Time to Settle Down Band. All styles, all genres. Jeffery B. Suttles is one of the most in-demand drummers in the world. His energy and talent have been the driving force behind so many great artists. In Vogue, Paula Abdul, Tina Marie, Taylor Dayne, Jesse Johnson, The Time, BB and CC Wines, Eddie Murphy, Shantae Moore, Quincy Jones, Sheena Easton, Donny Osmond, Alejandro Sanz, 3T, and the list goes on and on. Now it's time to settle down. Backhouse Records presents Jeffery B. Suttles and the Time to Settle Down Band. Jeffery B. Suttles, you've seen him with world-class artists. Now it's time to settle down. Jeffery B. Suttles and the Time to Settle Down Band. Backhouse Records. Jeffery B. Suttles. You've seen him with all these great artists. Now see his songs, see his production. Jeffery B. Suttles and the Time to Settle Down Band. playing cover songs and playing songs from his debut album, Time to Settle Down. Live, Jeffery B. Suttles in the Time to Settle Down Band. It's time to settle down. Backhouse Records presents Jeffery B. Suttles in the Time to Settle Down Band. Jeffery B. Suttles, now it's time to settle down. Jeffery B. Suttles in the Time to Settle Down Band. Backhouse Records. Seen on the biggest stages in the world with the biggest artists in the world. Jeffery B. Suttles in the Time to Settle Down Band. Time to Settle Down. Live, Jeffery B. Suttles in the Time to Settle Down Band. It's time to settle down. Backhouse Records. Time to settle down. Live, Jeffery B. Suttles in the Time to Settle Down Band.